Hey guys, how you doing? It's me, Amin again, and I'm back. Back from my holiday, extended holiday. It was a long one. We decided to extend it because we were having such a good time. And yeah, since I got back, I realized I had a lot of tax things to sort out. So I've been sorting out my expenses and things like that, boring stuff. Anyway, let's take a look at the market, guys, and see what's going on. I'm not going to do any in-depth technical analysis today. I just want to have a general look at the market and see what's been happening. So first of all, let's go to BTC and have a look, guys, because I remember last time I did a video, I was basically saying that I'm bullish on BTC, and looking for it to head towards 6,500, which it pretty much has done now as we speak. It's just basically come up to just past the 6,500 zone now. And yeah, I mean it's just looking bullish, guys. I mean, on my last video, I think we were around here. We just coming up to the 6,000 zone, and we're having a sell-off from 6,000, and since then, yeah, it's been a bit choppy, just kind of chopped around this zone for a bit, which, you know, I was totally expecting it, for it to have a little moment of consolidation there, but it's set a little high here at 61.88. This is on the Bittrex chart, and then had a big sell-off over the next few days after that. And since then, after the healthy sell-off, it kind of regained momentum and broke that previous high, and now it's really kind of pushing on. The interesting thing here for me is that it's actually breaking the price projection, because those of you who've been following me will know that I've had this price projection line here for a while, and I've actually recently just amended it. Let me just bring that line back to where it was. So this price projection line here, it's just basically the ceiling price here that it's been really hitting and bouncing off nicely. So as you can see here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 here, but now I think for the first time, really for the first time since I'd say March 18th of March 2017, it's really kind of pushing on above that now. It's creating a whole new movement in price. So, you know, if it really kind of breaks above here, which it has done, really, I mean, we need it to kind of, I mean, if you look at the 1-day candles, we've actually closed above this projection here. So, you know, this, you know, it's well and truly you know, broken this projection. We've closed above the projection. We've opened a 1-day candle above this projection as well. And in fact, this projection now that was that proved to be a strong ceiling price before, now it's actually acting as a little support zone here. You can see as we had a little sell-off here, it's actually bounced off the top of this this projection point here. So it's pretty interesting. We're having a little bit of resistance here at 6,500, but yeah, it seems like it wants to definitely push on through past 6,500. We're looking at, you know, potentially 7,000 to 7,500 within the next week or two. So yeah, I mean, BTC is looking bullish, very bullish indeed. You know, I mean, we're coming up to the SegWit 2x. I think it's on the 18th of November. Don't quote me on that, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I mean, we're coming up to that, and the whole Bitcoin gold malarkey. I mean, I was on a holiday when all of that stuff was happening. So I kind of skipped it all, but you know, I heard there was some hacking with Bitcoin gold, and you know, it doesn't seem to have been as successful as Bitcoin Cash. Certainly, in terms of its market cap, it's nowhere near. And also, yeah, it just seems like, you know, all of these folks. I mean, after the Bitcoin Gold malarkey, it's Bitcoin itself is regaining momentum now, but we're coming up to Bitcoin like SegWit 2x also in the next 3 weeks or 2.5 weeks. And this SegWit, I think this fork seems to be a lot more relevant and a lot more. It could affect the way Bitcoin works a lot more aggressively, because the other two forks just seem to be opportunistic, right? Opportunities, but this really could affect the entire blockchain of Bitcoin, right? So that's something to consider. Obviously, this is a fundamental thing, so I mean, I don't really go on fundamentals too much, but you know, you have to kind of keep your finger on the pulse as well. So you know, depending on what happens with Bitcoin with the SegWit 2x, we need to be careful, because there's a few different outcomes possible. You know, we could be having, you know, two totally different blockchains. We could be having two totally different coins. We could be having, you know, I mean, there's a few different outcomes. So I can't remember, you know, all the different options, but yeah, it's just something to kind of beware of. But anyway, as for now, it's looking bullish. I have a feeling that we could be really, I mean, heading for one last big pump before a big sell-off. So I mean, really and truly, I mean, we can put in price projections, but ultimately, you know, there's no one can say for 100% certain exactly where the price points are going to be. But I feel, you know, with this SegWit coming up, SegWit 2x, this might be a moment where, you know, we're going to have one final last big push before quite a big correction. That's just my opinion. I mean, if it doesn't happen, great. If the big correction doesn't happen, and you know, no, there's no big effect with Bitcoin, then fantastic. You know, we can push on to 10,000 and further, right? But you know, we've got to kind of take into account, you know, what's going on, right? With the actual blockchain, right? So anyway, so for now, Bitcoin is looking bullish. Broke through 6,500, heading up towards 7. Most likely, we're going to break through 7. You know, go on to around 7.5 to 8. We shall see. We'll touch base on that in the next few days. Let's take a look at some of the cryptocurrencies. So this chart here, well, it's not a chart. This table here in CoinMarketCap.com is basically it goes through all of the coins. If you click on, I'll just show you how to do it here. Those of you who haven't seen this full list here. So basically, when you go to the main homepage, I'm just waiting for this to load up. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. So when you go to this main page here that you know, we're all familiar with, if you click here on View All, then it'll bring up all of these, like all the currencies, right? Like there's over 1,000 of them, 1,244 of them. So the benefit of this page here is that you know, you can basically see the volume over the last 24 hours. You can see the percentage change over the last 24 hours, the 7 days, and 1 hour as well. So you can see what's going on here and now over the last 24 hours and over the last 7 days. So it gives you like a good kind of quick overview of price action for any specific coin. So we can straight away see Bitcoin is like the dominant factor here, you know, in the top 20 or whatever, right? it's been heading up, 17.5% over the last 7 days. The last 24 hours it's been bullish as well, and the last 1 hour it's very bullish as well, right? So it's looking really good. On 1% in an hour, that's not bad for Bitcoin, right? Ethereum, over the last 7 days is pretty stagnant. It's up almost 2%, which is okay. Bitcoin Cash is a big gainer over the last week. Over the last 24 hours, it's gone up 8.9% also. So that's pretty cool, right? And yeah, I mean, in terms of the other altcoins that aren't Bitcoin related, yeah, they're not having a good time at the moment. BitConnect is an exception. But BitConnect is the demand for BitConnect is not so much for the coin itself, or it's the thing about programs like BitConnect is they're driven by the demand from the MLM side. They're driven by demand from the whole kind of affiliate marketing niche, right? So it's people recruiting heavily into the program and profiting from the actual program itself. They've got like a whole compensation plan going on with their program. It's basically like a network marketing stroke MLM marketing program, right? And they've got a coin. Basically they're raising funds via their coin, right? But that is driving the price of the actual token up, right? So personally, obviously you can see the price of BitConnect has just been going up and up consistently, like over the last year or so. But in terms of the actual concept behind BitConnect, it's not something that I'd endorse or even want to get involved in. I mean, I'm actually happier not taking any profit on this coin, even the token, just purely because I don't like these types of programs. To be honest with you, I've seen a lot of mainly bad programs, and I don't like these specific type of programs. And this one is heavily involved with paying interest and stuff like that. So and to me that goes against the whole ethos of cryptocurrency. But anyway, I'm digressing now. Neo has taken a big hit, 7.5% over the last 7 days. More recently, over the last hour, look, it's heading down quite a lot. So bag holders in Neo, could be looking long term. Those of you setting stop losses and moving elsewhere, good job, right? But those of you long-term investors, that's exactly what it is. Long-term investing, you won't so much be worried about the the fluctuations here and now, right? So you're looking over the next 6 months, year, whatever it is. Litecoin steady. Ripple is interesting because it was one of those coins, like a few weeks ago, like everyone was saying, oh, it's gonna hit all-time highs and it's gonna go through the roof, and there's all this stuff happening with Ripple. A lot of the traders were saying that. Even this guy I made a video on Bitcoin Soul, he was telling all of his followers to buy Ripple, because of Korea or whatever. And it's basically it tanked. It went up to like 29 cents or whatever it is, and it tanked since then. I'm not hating on Ripple, I'm just saying what's happened, right? It's kind of one of those buy the rumor, sell the news kind of moments there with Ripple, I think. But it's solid coin, number 4 in the entire list. So it's not going anywhere, right? It's 7.7 billion in market cap. It's huge. But at the moment Bitcoin just seems to be just running away with it. When Bitcoin just blasts through like this, and is so bullish, it drags the whole altcoin market down a bit, because everyone's kind of selling those alts. Everyone's stop losses are getting triggered and people just want to be in Bitcoin, right? And be on that train. And I mean, what should happen eventually is that money going into Bitcoin should eventually come back into the altcoin market, right? And that's what traditionally has happened, especially the earlier part of this year. But what I feel personally, one thing that has affected the whole growth of the altcoins, like if we have a look at let's say for an example, let's look at Digibyte for an example. Yeah, this is the 1-day chart of Digibyte. I mean, look at the way the altcoins have reacted in the past, right? They've reacted crazily, right? They've had like 6,000% gains, right? They've had crazy market cycles, right? And I'm not saying this isn't going to happen again, but what I do feel right now, and this is something not a lot of people are actually have addressed and are talking about, is that the money going into the altcoins, or the money that has traditionally gone into the altcoins, I feel a lot of it now is going into ICOs. Because think about this, the people that were looking to profit from altcoins or trade the altcoins and make huge percentages on the altcoins, a lot of them are now of this state of mind that they've got a higher probability of making this type of percentage gain when it comes to investing in an ICO, because you're buying that ICO at a phase that is before everyone, right? You're buying that token that's before everyone, right? So you're getting it for like less than pennies. You're getting it for fractions of a penny, right? Whereas once the coin is on the market, you're relying on the market cycle, right? So what I feel is that a lot of people that a year ago were putting their money into altcoins are now putting that same money. I mean, it's the same pool of money, right? But a lot of that money is actually going into ICOs, right? Because if you think about it, it's the same market of people. With Bitcoin, the thing about Bitcoin, it's not relying on that market of people, because Bitcoin is constantly drawing attention from the media, and it's constantly attracting fresh funds from fresh people. Bitcoin is the coin that is attracting more people into cryptocurrency. So it's got a consistent revenue. It's got a consistent stream of revenue that is fresh. It's like a fresh stream coming in all the time from new people figuring out what Bitcoin is, right? But the people that have been into the altcoins, right, traditionally they have been just buying the altcoins, or just investing in the altcoins. And I'm not saying they weren't investing in ICOs before, because people were investing in ICOs before, but not like they have been over the last 7 months or so, right? It's for the last 6-7 months, the whole boom in people investing in ICOs, I mean, let's say 7-8 months, it's been crazy, right? It's been like stupendous, right? So like 2.4 billion investing in ICOs this year, right? So we got to think about it. A lot of those investors are the people that were buying these coins in the exchanges. And also another thing, given the fact that there's so many thousands, that I wouldn't be surprised if there's hundreds of thousands of ICOs, because let's face it, ICOs are a way of just generating money out of thin air for a lot of people. I mean, a lot of these ICOs I see now, they're just a ticket to, it's like got a GoFundMe project, or like like one of those charity pages that you have where you're funding a project. And people are just doing ICOs just to kind of get money, raise money, and a lot of them, most of them I would say, are just bogus. They're just raising money and just there is no real project behind it, right? They've got no intentions of Yeah, there's nothing unique in terms of their technology, and a lot of people are just investing in these ICOs, right? So I'm not saying all of them are like that. There's a lot of good ICOs, but in terms of percentages, I'll say 95% of the ICOs are nonsense. They're just nonsense projects, and people are throwing money into them, right? So I mean, you could just set up a GoFundMe page, right, and ask for money that way. But anyway, so that's what's happening. That's what I feel is one of the things affecting the altcoin market. Here's an ICO I was going to invest in myself, Substratum here. I didn't actually invest in it, but it's actually come down like a few weeks ago. It was at like 14 cents. So Substratum's come down. I do feel this coin here, Substratum, is something that can, you know, go up in value quite a lot, especially if it hits a Bittrex or something like that. Let's see the exchanges it's on. It's on Binance at the moment. If it hits BTC is pretty good. Yeah, but if it hits Bittrex or Poloniex or, you know, anything like that, you know, Bitfinex, I doubt it will get on Bitfinex, but if it does hit Poloniex or Bittrex, then I feel that coin can go up a lot, and they're quite an active dev team as well. So pretty interesting stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the market, what's been happening. That's my roundup of it. Be careful in the altcoins. If you're trading the altcoins, then like day trade them, I would say. If you're looking to, obviously I'm not talking about shorting them. I don't short any markets because you know, I don't like to borrow on interest. That's just me. But yeah, I mean, if you're buying an altcoin to sell, to trade, then, you know, definitely keep an eye on it and day trade it. You know, get in and out. You know, set type stops as well, right? Because if you don't set those stops, then you could be a bag holder for a long time. I mean, you could end up becoming a long-term investor, right, without choice, right? So, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people in that position. You know, bag holders are bag holders. You're left holding a bag for a long time, right? So, you know, there's a lot of people and a lot of coins here. You know, even Qtum's gone down a lot. You know, people were saying buy Qtum or what have you. So just be careful in the coins you buy, and how long you hold them for, where you set your stop losses, and yeah, have a strategy for a coin. Okay, if you buy IOTA, for example, and your strategy is to trade it, then, you know, work out what you would do for each particular scenarios. If it does fall by 10-15%, what are you going to do? If it rises by 50%, what are you going to do? Do you see what I'm saying? Don't just expect a coin to go up all the time. You have your scenarios mapped out, and stop losses must be a part of your plans, right? They must be a part of your plans, no matter what. I know it's frustrating when you set a stop loss and the price comes down, hits your stop, and then shoots back up, but then you're out of the trade because it's hit your stop loss, right? But that's just something you have to manage, right? You have to set your alarms, make sure that, you know, you're notified when that happens, and yeah, and reposition yourself. If something's come down, hit your stop, taking you out of the position, and you still want to be in it, just reposition yourself, buy back in at a lower price, and then it will shoot back up, right? Just yeah. Anyway, so let me know if this helps, guys. If any of you guys are interested in like any sort of, you know, getting started, if you need any help with getting started with trading cryptocurrencies on Bittrex or Poloniex or anything like that, then let me know, because I do Skype sessions. I do help out people. If you just need to get started and you need to know how to do the basics and basic trading strategies, we can do that. We can go over some advanced stuff as well, depending on your level. So yeah, just let me know, guys. And until next time, guys, it's good to be back, and I'll see you on the next one. Adios.